तपाईहरु हेर्दै हुनुहुन्छ गुड मर्निङ नेपाल।
गुड मर्निङ नेपाल।
गुड मर्निङ नेपाल।
गुड मर्निङ नेपाल।
गुड मर्निङ नेपाल। हरेक दिन हरेक बिहानी हामी हजुरहरूलाई स्वागत गर्दछौँ कार्यक्रम गुड मर्निङ नेपालमा। देशमा विदेशमा के भइरहेको छ अपडेटसँगै म हजुरहरूकै होस्ट प्रिया सिग्देल। बिहानीलाई हरेक दिन विशेष बनाउनको लागि हामी हजुरहरूसँग जोडिन्छौँ बिहानी 8 देखि 9 बजेसम्म, आइतबारदेखि शुक्रबारसम्म कान्तिपुर टेलिभिजन मार्फत र विश्वभर कतै हुनुहुन्छ हामीलाई साथ दिन चाहनुहुन्छ भने kantipurtv.com लगइन गरेर पनि हामीलाई साथ दिन सक्नुहुन्छ। आजको मितिको कुरा गरौँ। आज 2081 साल वैशाख 3 गतेको दिन, 2082 साल वैशाख 3 गते। 81 र 82 को मिस्टेक यो चलिरहन्छ। 82 को वैशाख 3 गतेको दिन रहेको छ भने अप्रिल आजको दिन अप्रिल 16 2025 रहेको छ। बुधबार वेडनेसडेको दिन रहेको छ भने आज वैशाख शुक्ल प्रतिपदा दिन रहेको छ, तिथि रहेको छ। आजको बुधबारको बिहानी कस्तो हुँदैछ हजुरहरूको बिहानी? हामी जहिले पनि भन्छौँ गुड मर्निङ नेपालसँग सुरुवात साथ दिइराख्दाखेरि यसलाई विशेष बनाउनको लागि देश विदेशका खबरहरूले हामीलाई थप ऊर्जा र सँगसँगै के भइरहेको छ भन्ने कुराहरूले पनि हामी अपडेटेड हुन्छौँ। र गुड मर्निङ नेपालमा आज सुरु गर्नुपर्ने चर्चा भनेको खेलकुदसँगै नै जोडिएर छ। खेलकुदको जब पनि हामी कुरा गर्छौँ, खेलमा कसले जित ल्यायो कसले ल्याएन, जित हारको कुरा गरिराख्दाखेरि यो खेल जितको हारको, खेलको जितको हारको भन्दाखेरि खेलाडीको जीवनसँग जोडिएर आइरहेको खबर छ। खेलाडीले जब पनि आफ्नो जीवनमा कुनै पनि प्रकारको जित हासिल गर्छ त्यसलाई हौसला दिने कार्य भनेको त्यसपछि हाम्रो समाजको हुन्छ, त्यसपछि सरकारको हुन्छ र त्यसलाई हामीले मान्यता कसरी दिन्छौँ र उहाँहरूलाई अझै प्रोत्साहन खेलमा राम्रो गर्नलाई र कयौँ युवाहरू जो खेलमा केही गर्न चाहिरहेको छन् उहाँहरूको लागि कस्तो उदाहरण बनाउँछौँ भन्ने कुरालाई पनि हाइलाइट गर्छ। र अहिले हाइलाइट भइरहेको यही खबर जोडिरहेको छ हाम्रो नेपालको खेलाडी, नेपालको शान पूजा महतोसँग जोडेर आइरहेको यो खबर छ। नेपालकी क्रिकेटर पूजा महतो हुनुहुन्छ जसलाई चाहिँ गृहनगरको चाहिँ मानार्थ अनरेरी खेलकुद अधिकृत बनाउने निर्णय लिइसकेको छ। नेपाल अन्डर 19 महिला क्रिकेट टिमकी कप्तान पूजा कुमारी महतोलाई नगरपालिकाले मानार्थ खेलकुद अधिकृतको पदमा नियुक्ति गरिएको छ। राष्ट्रिय महिला क्रिकेट टोलीको उदीयमान खेलाडी राइजिङ स्टार जुन रहेको छ तथा 19 वर्ष मुनिको नेपाली महिला क्रिकेट टिम कप्तानको महतोलाई महत्तरीको गौशाला नगरपालिकाको मानार्थ खेलकुद अधिकृत पदमा नियुक्त पनि गरिएको हो। गौशाला नगरपालिका 11 निवासी महतोलाई नगरपालिकाले शिक्षा तथा खेलकुद शाखामा मानार्थ खेलकुद अधिकृत पदमा सृजना गरी उनलाई अधिकृत स्तर 6औं श्रेणी अनुसारको पारिश्रमिक पनि प्रदान गर्ने निर्णय गरिएको छ। यो निर्णय निकै नै महत्त्वपूर्ण निर्णय पनि लिएको हो किनकि यसले केही कुराहरूमा हाइलाइट गर्छ। पूजा महतोलाई हामीले निकै बधाई दिँदै यसले जोडिएका, यो खबरसँग जोडिएका केही पोइन्ट्सहरू पनि छन्। नेतृत्वमा आउनको लागि हामीले योग्य व्यक्तिको पहिचान कसरी गर्छौँ र कसरी गर्नुपर्छको पनि एउटा सरल उदाहरण हुन सक्छ। राइट पर्सन इन राइट पोजिसनको हामीले धेरै उदाहरणहरू देखाएका छन्। खेल बुझेकै मान्छे जसलाई चाहिँ हामीले अनर गर्छौँ, उहाँलाई पहिचान दिन्छौँ, त्यसले नै खेल क्षेत्रभित्र नै राम्रो योगदान र अझै राम्रो उदाहरण र राम्रो विश्लेषणहरू ल्याएर हामीले खेलकुदलाई अझै विकास गर्न सक्छौँ। महिलालाई खेलकुदमा जहिले पनि हामीले हाइलाइट कुरा गरिराख्दाखेरि महिलाहरूको खेलकुदमा रिकग्निसन अचिभमेन्ट्सलाई हामीले त्यति धेरै सेलिब्रेट गर्न सकिरहेको हुँदैनौँ। महिलाहरूले गरेका निकै राम्रो कन्ट्रिब्युसन स्पोर्ट्समा रहे बापत पनि हामीले त्यसको बारेमा चाहिँ सेलिब्रेट गरे पनि त्यसलाई रेकग्नाइज गर्न नसक्ने अवसर एकदमै कम भइरहेको, तुलनामा त पुरुषहरूसँग हेर्ने हो भने निकै कम भइरहेको समयमा यस्तो खाले रेकग्निसनले चाहिँ वुमेन इन स्पोर्ट्सलाई पनि प्रमोट गर्छ, जहाँ उहाँहरूको रेकग्निसनले पक्कै पनि हामीले एउटा राम्रो उदाहरण बनाउन सक्छौँ कि वुमेन इन स्पोर्ट्सलाई हामीले कसरी सिरियसली लिन सक्छौँ र यस्तो खाले मानार्थ खेल जुन हामीले कुरा गरिरहेको छौँ, अनरी पोजिसन्सहरू जुन दिन्छौँ, यसले चाहिँ महिलाहरूलाई अझै कसरी प्रोत्साहन दिन सक्छ, लिडरसिपमा खेलकुदको लिडरसिपमा अझै कसरी उहाँहरूलाई राम्रो बनाउन सकिन्छ भन्ने कुरालाई नै पक्कै हाइलाइट गर्छ। र सँगसँगै यसले युवाहरूको स्पोर्ट्स, युथ इन स्पोर्ट्सलाई पनि सँगसँगै हाइलाइट गर्छौँ। युवाहरूलाई अवसर दिने कुरामा हामीले युवाहरूले नै बनाइरहेको रिमार्केबल अचिभमेन्ट्सलाई कसरी प्रमोट गर्छौँ भन्ने कुरा निकै महत्त्वपूर्ण पनि हुन्छ र पूजा महत्त्वसँग आइरहेको यो खबरले पक्कै पनि युवाहरूमा एउटा छुट्टै उत्साह बनाउँछ जहाँ चाहिँ नेपालको खेलकुद क्षेत्रमा केही गर्छु भनिराख्दाखेरि यो उदाहरणले थप ऊर्जा दिन्छ युवाहरूलाई कि युवाहरूले पनि खेलकुदमा राम्रो भविष्य छ यो खेलकुदमा राम्रो रेकग्निसन छ र यो रेकग्निसन यो खेलकुदको जुन अचिभमेन्ट्स हामीले देख्छौँ यसमा मेहनत गर्नको लागि पनि युवाहरू त्यसरी नै आकर्षित पनि हुन सक्छ त्यही भएर पक्कै पनि यो खेलकुदको यो अपडेटले पूजा महत्त्वसँग जोडेको यो खेलकुदले धेरैवटा आयामहरूले पक्कै पनि छुइरहेको छ युवादेखि ल्याएर महिलाको हामीले नेतृत्व कसरी गरिरहेको छौँ महिलाहरूलाई कसरी हामीले रेकग्नाइज गरेर प्लेटफर्म दिइरहेको छौँ र पक्कै पनि सही मान्छे सही नेतृत्वमा आयो भने हामीले नेपालकै खेलकुद क्षेत्रमा धेरै चेन्जेस देखाएका छौँ र त्यो चेन्जको लागि यो निकै राम्रो पोजिटिभ सुरुवात पनि हुनसक्छ पूजा महत्त्वलाई निकै बधाई दिँदै खेलकुदको यो अपडेट सँगसँगै अब लागौँ अपडेट जुन हिजो हामीले चर्चा पनि गरेको थियौँ भक्तपुर मध्यपुर थिमीमा भइरहेको जात्राहरूको हरेक दिन मध्यपुर थिमीमा अहिले भने धेरै विभिन्न जात्राको विभिन्न आयामहरू हेर्ने हो भने निकै सेलिब्रेटरी रहिरहेको छ जुन सेलिब्रेसनको चर्चा गर्न निकै महत्त्वपूर्ण छ किन भनेर भन्दाखेरि यो हाम्रो संस्कृतिसँग सामुदायिक एकतासँग कसरी हामीले चाहिँ सबैजनालाई चाहिँ सँगै लिएर आउँछौँ र सँगै लिएर आएपछि सेलिब्रेसन्सले चाहिँ जोड्ने हाम्रो इतिहास जोड्ने हाम्रो संस्कारको पनि चर्चा गरौँ यसको चर्चा गरिराख्दाखेरि चाहिँ हामीले जिब्रो छेड्ने जात्राको उल्लाससँग मध्यपुर थिमीको नगरपालिकाको बोर्डेमा हरेक वैशाख 2 गते मनाइने जिब्रो छेड्ने जात्रा यस वर्ष पनि हिजो एकदमै धुमधामसँग मनाएको छ हजुरहरूले देख्न सक्नुहुन्छ स्क्रिनमा यो तस्विरहरू जुन तस्विरहरूले पक्कै पनि हिजोको उल्लासलाई सेलिब्रेट गरिरहेको छ दर्शाइरहेको छ यस वर्ष तेस्रो पटक जिब्रो छेडेर 28 वर्षीय एक युवकले जात्रालाई निरन्तर एकदमै कन्टिन्युटी दिनुभएको छ र भक्तपुरको बिस्का जात्रा अन्तर्गत मध्यपुर ठुमीमा अहिले विभिन्न देवी देवताको खट सहित बालकुमारी मन्दिर परिसरमा सिन्दुर जात्राहरू पनि हिजो गरेर मनाएको छ त्यस्तै गरी सिन्दुर जात्रामा ठिमी क्षेत्रको 32 वटा खट बालकुमारी मन्दिर परिक्रमा गरे पश्चात नगर परिक्रमा गर्दै मनाउने प्रचलन पनि रहेको छ हिजो मूल देवता खटमा राखी धिमे बाजाको साथ चिराग बाली सिन्दुरे जात्रा मनाइएको थियो र त्यस्तै गरेर जात्रामा प्रत्येक चोक चौबाटो घर र टोली सिन्दुर छर्ने गरेर चाहिँ हिजो एकदमै धुमधामसँग चाहिँ यो फेस्टिभिटिजलाई पक्कै पनि मनाएको छ र पक्कै पनि जिब्रो छेड्ने जात्रा र सिन्दुर जात्रा जस्तो हाम्रो जुन परम्परा रहेको छ यो पर्वहरूले हाम्रो संस्कृतिको गहिराईलाई आस्थालाई र सामुदायिक एकतालाई पनि झल्काउने गर्छ यी उत्सवहरू भनेको केवल धार्मिक अनुष्ठान मात्रै नभइकन यी परम्परा सहकार्य र उमङ्गको प्रतीक पनि यसलाई पक्कै पनि हामीले मान्नुपर्छ हाम्रो मौलिकपन जुन छ जोगाउने हाम्रो मौलिकतालाई जोगाउनको लागि जुन यी जात्राहरू हुन्छन् यो निकै नै महत्त्वपूर्ण हुन्छ र यसलाई कन्टिन्युटी दिने जिम्मेवारी पनि हामी हरेक व्यक्तिको हुन्छ र हरेक व्यक्तिले यसलाई सम्मान गरेर पनि हामीले सेलिब्रेट गर्नुपर्ने हुन्छ र यो जुन फेस्टिभिटिज रङको साहसको संस्कृतिको रहेको थियो हिजो जात्रामा निकै भव्यतासँग यसलाई उल्लाससँग सेलिब्रेट गरेर मनाइएको छ र यो जो हजुरहरूले कहिले पनि जिब्रो छेड्नु भएको छ जिब्रो जात्रा तपाईले गएर जिब्रो छेड्ने जात्रामा गएर त्यो महसुस लिँदाखेरि सिन्दुर जात्राको महसुस लिँदाखेरि पक्कै पनि त्यसमा छुट्टै आनन्द पनि हुन्छ र यसको संस्कृतिलाई हामीले बुझ्नको लागि कहिलेकाहीँ गएर हेर्दाखेरि आफूले लिभ गर्दाखेरि त्यो मुभमेन्ट त्यसको मेमोरिज पनि हामीसँग सदाबा हुन्छ र आउने जेनेरेसन्सलाई पनि हामीले हाम्रो कल्चरलाई कसरी प्रिजर्भ गर्नुपर्छ भन्ने कुराको सिकाइ पनि लाइभ एजुकेसन पनि हामीले पक्कै पनि पाउँछौँ र यो दुई अपडेट सँगसँगै नेपालमा भइरहेको फेस्टिभिटिज खेलकुदको अपडेट सँगसँगै अहिले संसारमै चर्चा हुने र भइरहेको एउटै कुरा छ त्यो भनेको संसारमा हामीले विभिन्न तरिकाको लडाइँहरू भइराख्दाखेरि पिस कहिले आउँछ शान्ति कहिले हुन्छ भन्ने कुरामा हामी सबैजनालाई चाहिँ चर्चा अहिले त्यसकै बारेमा गर्न मन छ किनकि सबैजना हरेक मानवता अहिले शान्तिको पर्खाइमा रहिरहेको छ र शान्तिको पर्खाइमा कुरा गरिराख्दाखेरि 3 वर्षदेखि भइरहेको या जारी भइरहेको रसियन युक्रेन वारको चर्चा गरौँ रसियन युक्रेन वारको चर्चा गर्न निकै महत्त्वपूर्ण छ अहिले भने किनभने युद्धमा युद्ध भइरहेको रोकिराख्दाखेरि शान्ति कहिले आउला भन्दाखेरि तर शान्तिको प्रतीकको केही इन्फर्मेसन मेसेज हामीले पाएको छौँ न्युज आएको छ जुन चाहिँ न्युज अहिले संसारभरि नै चर्चा भइरहेको छ जहाँ पुटिनले चाहिँ अब पर्मानेन्ट पिस लगाउनको लागि उहाँले सिग्नल दिनुभएको छ एकदमै पोजिटिभ रहनु भएको छ भने यो खबर हामीलाई आइरहेको छ रसियादेखि आइरहेको यो खबरलाई जोड्नको लागि हेर्ने हो भने युक्रेन स्थायी शान्ति सम्झौताको लागि पुटिन तयार भइसकेका छन् अमेरिका राष्ट्रपति डोनाल्ड ट्रम्पको मेसेन्जर जो हुनुहुन्छ विशेष दूतले चाहिँ रुसी राष्ट्रपति भ्लादिमिर पुटिनलाई युक्रेनसँग स्थायी शान्ति सम्झौताको लागि खुला रहेको उहाँले बताएका छन् 3 वर्षभन्दा बढी चलेको युद्ध अन्त्य गर्न वार्ता भएपछि राष्ट्रपति ट्रम्पको विशेष दूत स्टिभ विटकफले चाहिँ नयाँ खुलासा पनि उहाँले गरेका छन् र सँगसँगै उहाँले पछिल्लो समय ट्रम्पले युद्ध विराममा चाहिँ सहमत हुन मस्को र किवलाई पनि दबाब दिइरहेको छन् तर रुसी र अमेरिकन अधिकारी बीच पछिल्लो समय भएको वार्ता भन्ने निष्कर्षमा चाहिँ पुग्न सकिरहेको छैन ट्रम्पको विशेष दूत विकटफले चाहिँ गत शुक्रबार रुसी सहर सेन्ट पिटर्सबर्गमा पुटिनसँग भेटवार्ता पनि गरेका थिए र पर्मानेन्ट पिसको लागि गरेका थिएन र सँगसँगै हेर्ने हो भने सोमबार फक्स न्युजको धेरै अन्तर्वार्तामा पनि हेर्ने हो भने विटकफले चाहिँ शान्ति सम्झौता उदय हुँदै र गरेको र आफूले देखेको र पुटिनले दुई प्रमुख सल्लाहकार युरी उस्काव र किरिल डिमिट्रिभसँग चाहिँ प्रभावशाली बैठकमा रहेको र उहाँहरूले चाहिँ जसरी भए पनि रुसी राष्ट्रपति पुटिनले गत महिना अमेरिकालाई राखेको 30 दिने युद्ध विराम प्रस्ताव अस्वीकार पनि गरेका थिए तर भने अब भने चाहिँ केही यसमा आशा देखेको छ पश्चिम देशलाई पनि यसबाट धेरैवटा प्रतिबन्ध हटाउँदै पर्मानेन्ट पिस स्थायी शान्तिको लागि भन्ने यो लिडरशिप दुवै कन्ट्रिजले बिस्तारै देखाइरहेको छ यसमा पोजिटिभ सिग्नल्सहरू आइरहेको छ यो पोजिटिभ सिग्नल्स आउनु भनेको पिसको लागि ह्युम्यानिटीको लागि निकै महत्त्वपूर्ण पनि रहेको छ त्यही भएर पनि हामी शान्तिको सम्झौता किन एकदम महत्त्वपूर्ण छ भनेर भन्दाखेरि मानवताको प्रतीकको लागि युद्धमा धेरै जस्तो ज्यान गुमाउने व्यक्ति भनेको इनोसेन्ट लाइभ्सहरू हुन्छ इनोसेन्ट बालबालिका हुन्छ महिला हुन्छ र ती हरेक व्यक्तिहरू हुन्छ जो डिरेक्टली वरमा इन्भल्भ भएको हुँदैनन् केही व्यक्तिहरूको केही पोलिटिकल लिडरशिप्सहरूको कुरा विचार नमिलेका कारणले गर्दाखेरि आम जनतालाई जहिले पनि शास्ति हुन्छ यो इतिहासले नै हामीलाई सिकाएको छ तर इतिहासबाट हामीले सिक्नु भन्दा पनि इतिहासलाई नै जहिले रिपिट गरिरहेको छौँ जसको कारणले गर्दाखेरि संसारभरि नै हामीले युद्धग्रस्त माहौलहरू देख्न पाइरहेको छौँ तर शान्तिको सम्झौता आउनु भनेको कतै न कतै आशाको प्रतीक हो मानवता प्रतीकको फेरि पनि हाम्रो रिस्टाब्लिसमेन्ट गर्नको लागि पनि हामीलाई शान्तिको सम्झौता पक्कै चाहिएको छ र यो शान्तिको सम्झौता एकदमै राम्ररी अघि बढोस् रसिया युक्रेन वार युद्ध जुन छ यो छिटोभन्दा छिटो सकिएर यसमा पिसतिर हामी अघि बढ्न सकौँ भन्ने यो आशासँगै आजको गुड मर्निङ नेपालमा हामीले यही नेपालसँग जोडिएर विश्वमा कसरी चाहिँ नेपाली ह्यान्डिक्राफ्ट्सलाई नेपालको पहिचानलाई कसरी चाहिँ एक व्यक्तिले चाहिँ विदेशमा लगेर नेपालीहरूलाई एकदमै राम्रो तरिकाले उहाँले प्रस्तुत गरिरहनु भएको छ भन्ने कुरा उहाँको जर्नीको बारेमा आज हामी चर्चा गर्छौँ र चर्चा गर्नलाई हामीसँग आज एक विशेष अतिथि पनि हुनुहुन्छ उहाँलाई स्वागत गर्छौँ यो छोटो ब्रेकपछि वेलकम ब्याक टु गुड मर्निङ नेपाल र ब्रेकमा जानु अघि मैले अलिकति नेपाली ह्यान्डिक्राफ्ट्सको कुरा गरि नै हालेँ टुडे वी हेभ बिन जोइन्ड बाई समवान हु हेज बिन अ भेरी ट्रु फ्रेन्ड टु नेपाल when it comes to bridging a wonderful and beautiful gap between Germany and Nepal by promoting Nepali handicraft. He is someone who has been passionately promoting Nepali handicrafts in Germany and globally, and also promoting the creative aspects of our local artisans. And it's very an honor to have him today with us, who will be sharing his journey on Nepali handicraft and his journey in Nepal itself. Please help me welcome our guest today, Deputy Manager of Turi Below, Uvilak. Welcome to Good Morning Nepal. Namaste, Swagat sir.
Thank you. Namaste, Swagat.
It's a very bright morning and you have joined us today. I would like to start by asking, you came to Nepal, how it was in
1973.
In 1973, yeah. You came to Nepal as a director for volunteering service.
Right, yes.
And from that too, you have now your own, you have founded Tidu Bilu. So how was that journey? How it all began? I think it began while in the volunteering services for Nepal. So how it all started?
Yeah. Well, the business we are doing today
Yes.
started more or less as a surprise to me also.
Yes.
Because when I came here, I had to work in development projects
Yes.
with our volunteers working in various parts of Nepal.
Yes.
And I never took any interest in handicrafts. I was
Handicrafts.
fully occupied with my work
Yeah.
And
And that
the-
is volunteering.
and the projects,
Yes.
right? And then in my second year, a German friend of mine asked me to buy some Nepali handicrafts
Yes.
for a charity bazaar in
Yes.
Germany.
Germany.
So I had no idea about handicrafts, but he had given some hints what I should buy.
Yes.
But I had no time, so I asked one of the volunteers who was about to go home, who
Yes.
had time. I asked her to go to the market and buy these things.
Yes.
So she brought to my house. So first time I had a look at Nepali handicrafts. I
Yes.
had never taken any interest before.
Yes.
So I had a look and we sent those things to Germany. And I was told that they were selling well.
Yes.
So when my first term finished after
Yes.
2 years, then I wanted to keep my relation because I had become friend with some Nepalis and with
Yes.
Nepal. So I wanted to keep the relation. I wanted to have a reason to come back to Nepal.
Nepal. Yes.
So I started buying handicrafts for myself.
Yes.
I brought them to Germany and I found a very good response.
Yes.
You know, at that time, Nepal, woodcraft,
Yes.
wood carvings,
Wood carvings.
silver jewelry, and one
sculptures.
item which I don't see in the market anymore, it's called filigree.
Yes.
Filigree elephant,
Yes.
filigree Christmas decorations,
Yes.
this kind of item. Were selling very well.
Yes.
So I was happy.
And it was in very back in the days. You're talking about how this all started.
That was in 75.
75.
About 50 वर्ष अगाडि,
Well,
होइन?
50 वर्ष अगाडि. You already have such a beautiful Nepali as well. So when you say about 50 years back, and when we start something, to be also, as you highlighted about how you felt about Nepali handicrafts, but you were already working in a very humanitarian project, which we call about volunteering services.
yeah.
So as a volunteer, you already had traveled so many countries, you traveled so many countries, and then you came to Nepal as a director as well. So what was that special thing that happened in Nepal that eventually everything worked out for you? So what was that thing for what was that one thing about Nepal that made you stay in Nepal? It was only the handicrafts, or there were other reasons as well?
No, not the handicraft. It was mainly the people, the friends I had here,
Yes.
and also, the human relation.
Yes.
And I never liked the hills before I came to Nepal.
Oh.
I'm from northern Germany,
Yes.
which is very flat,
Yes.
like Tarai just
Yes.
होइन?
Yes.
And so I came here and I was wondering how I would feel. But then in my job, I had to travel. At that time, there were no roads practically. You know, this Kathmandu Birganj, Kathmandu Pokhara, त्यो
Yes.
भर्खरै खोलेको थियो होइन यो
Oh,
टाइममा,
भर्खरै
होइन?
खोलेको, yes.
So I had to walk.
Yes.
And I loved walking, you know,
Wow.
up and down, up and down. Taranteki, the Dankuta Sama Satkanta, होइन? And so I never cared about the Himalayas, but the hilly region I liked very much. I like to stay in a village, eat Nepali food.
Wow. It's a very different perspective that you just gave. Normally, when in a tourist viewpoint, we talk about the mountains only, but you give a very different analysis about the plains, about the hills, the ups and downs that you really loved. So from being a tourist, like normally when a tourist comes to a country, they come, they visit and they go back. But you came again with a purpose. The purpose was to work on the Nepali handicrafts. It was the people, it was I think there's so many things that we like to take the credit for. And as you mentioned about people, yes, we are very hospitable.
Yes,
we really love our roots. We really love to welcome people, and especially people who only wishes good for Nepal.
But you know,
Yes.
you say you love to welcome, but
Yes.
you know what happened to me this time in the,
What happened?
in the airport?
Yes, in the airport, what
The
happened?
visa officer,
Yes.
he said, "Why do you come to Nepal so often?"
Oh, he said
Can you
that.
imagine? This has never happened to me.
Okay.
No, normally people are happy. I speak a little bit Nepali, they are happy, okay,
No.
welcome, होइन? I was really embarrassed.
Oh, that sounds horrible. But well, one people's judgment doesn't generalizes how all Nepalese are. So we Nepalese still are very hospitable and welcoming.
I'm sure.
And when you talked about this 50 years of long journey, you started with the volunteering services. You've been doing lots of projects as well, and establishing Tudi Below. If I pronounce it right, Tudi Below is a very well-established organization that works for the Nepali handicrafts. So can you highlight about why did you felt that this was very important? Tudi Below has to be the organization in Germany that brings the Nepali products there as well. So what was the importance of that? How it all started? Of course, you loving the products are there, but how it all started? How was the process?
Yeah, well, after 3 years, in 75, my term was over. After 3 years, I heard that my job is vacant again. So I applied to come back to Nepal as a director of German Volunteer Service. And at that time, I was married. So I came here because my wife was still working as a school teacher. And she came to Nepal with a 6-week-old daughter. So for her, it was a great challenge. She had never been in any country like this, Africa, America or so. So it was only her love to me that she came. She did not really want to come, but she came for me. And then we stayed here. A son was born in Shantabhavan. And then again, after 2 years, when my contract finished, then we were going back to Nepal. I did some more consultancies for GTZ at that time. But then in 1981, we went back home. And my wife didn't want to go back to school. She wanted to be home, take care of the children. And so we decided to try if we can sell Nepali handicrafts again, which I had stopped during the time when I was working here. And then we started buying handicraft, wood carving, silver jewelry, statues, Buddha statues, and this kind of thing. So it started slowly. I had some jobs in university and other places. I did some training and selection of personnel for overseas countries. And slowly, with the money I earned, we could build up the company. And at that time, Nepali kagaj was mainly used for wrapping. Wrapping, and then Tibetan prayer books. But not much more. There were what you would find in Kathmandu. Tamil was not at that time. No place. Tamil, but Joche, you know, Joche near Basantapur was the place where tourists would go and buy, and there you would find writing pads and envelopes with red or black print on it. That was all of Nepali handicraft, Nepal locked up paper products. And then UNICEF came and they established a factory in Bhaktapur. And they brought foreign designers because there was no designer here in Nepal for making products that could be sold overseas. So they made very beautiful products and we bought them, a lot of them. And then slowly in the years coming, my wife started making designs.
She started working on the creatives.
And so many designs which you see nowadays in the market were actually started by her.
I actually saw lots of designs that were made by her as well, and it's really nice to see the inspirations on how the designs can, you know, when we made a perspective, I think it's all about blending in the perspective and working with the artisans as well. Our designs are quite creative. I can see some of the things in the table as well. Can you tell me what is this? What are the things you have wrapped up and you have bring? This is something that is also wrapped in a Nepali kagaj, Nepali paper. And I saw something that you gave me this morning. This is khada, but made from a kagaj. And this is quite interesting because this speaks about our mountains. Here's a beautiful message. So this is your recent design as well. Can you elaborate about this?
Well, to be frank, I don't like the cotton cutter, which is used nowadays. Previously, everybody used this Tibetan style white cutter, no? And now the Nepali, maybe they didn't want to use that Tibetan style cutter anymore. So they started making their own. And I thought Nepali kagaj is such a beautiful thing. You can do so many things. I told to my factory people here let us try to make this, and then this is a product which came
and
out.
I think this is something very environmentally conscious as well,
Yes,
because cottons are something very textile waste. We keep on talking about it's very polluting, and at the same time, this is something that we need because we need biodegradable options as well, and this is very thoughtful. Also on the aspects of environment, economically also, this is very thoughtful. And may I know what is this? Because I'm a very curious person, and something is there in front of me which is really wrapped. I really want to know what is inside. Can you tell us?
Well, you asked me before whether there's a change in the attitude of people, like young people, old people. And of course, the younger people, they are not so much interested in the Nepali handicrafts. And I think one of the reasons is that the government or the political class, they don't support
Nepali
the
handicrafts,
keeping of the tradition in handicrafts.
Preserving it.
And let me take one example here.
Yes, sure.
This is a patti.
Okay. Wow. This is a
Patti.
patti.
You know mana patti?
Mana patti, yes. I've just heard about
You don't seem to be familiar.
No, not
This
really.
was used as a measuring pot.
Measuring pot?
Yeah,
To measure?
To measure solid and liquid merchandise.
Yeah, this is what we call generation gap.
हजुरलाई थाहा छैन?
थाहा छैन मलाई. हजुर, मैले the first time सुन्दैछु. So can you elaborate more to our audience as well?
Look, this is 19 साल
19 साल
41. मतलब
9
140 years old.
Yes.
140 years old. Can you imagine?
This is 140 years
and
old.
it could still be working.
Yes.
But your government 20 or 30 years ago said, no, we must become modern. We must sell by kg and liter.
Yes.
Can you imagine?
Yes.
So
That's
this could still be
interesting
working.
observation you just gave about how we are not understanding the essence of our old traditions. With time, while to preserve it also, we have forgot it. We are replacing it with this.
Look at this.
Okay, we have been replacing this with this.
Yes.
The essence.
Can you imagine?
Yes.
How plastic.
Yeah. This
How
is
many
plastic.
years can this last?
Yeah, that, nothing.
3 years, 5 years? This is 140 years old.
140 years.
And
And
the
look, it
government,
looks really good
the
as
government said you cannot use this anymore. Can you imagine?
I think you brought a very interesting narrative as well, Uvi, because when we talk about this, when we talk about sustainability, when we talk about preservation, we always like to look for the answers that comes with modern times. But the history always has taught us, our ancestor has always taught us how we can be sustainable. But we are always losing the fact, we are losing the importance, we are losing to understand that our past has the answer, our history has the answer. Like you just bring while you brought this up, I'm really surprised with myself also because I was not aware about this. So why this happens? Do you think that handicrafts has been a formation, like with time we are losing the essence of handicrafts, and who is to be blamed? Government is in one side. As people also, are we to be blamed on this?
And you know, when this was stopped, then such things were not available in Nepal.
Yes.
They were to be imported.
Yes.
Even today, this is imported. This is not made in Nepal.
Yes, this is not.
So who is profiting from this? This was made by Nepali artisans. This is made somewhere in the world, China or whatsoever, and imported.
Yes. So while we talk about promoting Nepali artisans and their talent, and also making sure that how we like how it benefits them as well. So how do you think how Nepali handicrafts and artisans are being benefited by making products like such?
Well, if it can be used, they have work.
Yes.
If it cannot be used, they have no work. You know? Like another example, the plate.
Yes.
Nowadays,
this is still very quite popular because we call this Nepali thali also. We still eat our amazing foods and
some people.
But
many people.
Local practices.
And you know where this comes from? US.
US.
So this is made in US.
Yeah.
If you buy this, then Nepali people will have work.
Yes.
Anyway, we talk too much about this.
Yeah, but this is a very nice highlight that you were able to brought. How we are forgetting our roots, how it's important to preserve this. And I think this conversation also highlights about the preservation of our culture, preservation of our artisans' talent as well. That is a very important highlight that you have brought as well. 50 years, you have seen the before, you have seen the after, you have seen everything. So do you think that today's generation, they are up for saving and promoting our cultures? Are they up for? Are they really want to? The coming generation are willing to learn this this talents, this kind of handicrafts or not?
I'm not sure.
How is your experience in the field?
I can't really say, but I'm not sure. But what I see is iPhone.
iPhone. We are so busy with the phones.
People don't talk to each other anymore. So, but I mean, this is my intention.
Yes.
I have 2 video projects also.
Yes.
To
I was about to come there as well. Like you, like after working in 50 years, sometimes what happens is when we work in one field for so many years, we feel very comfortable on that, and we don't want to expand our horizon. Now you are also trying to work on the production of this. What you have created, you want the world to know about it through your awareness videos that you're making. So why do you think it's really important to make those documentaries or working on the productions? Why is it important?
Well, I think that. As I said, artisans are losing their work because of modern products coming.
Yes.
And also the young people, many people go abroad because over there they earn more money than they can earn in Nepal.
Yes.
And so I'm trying to help to make a little bit more awareness for the importance of the handicrafts, for the importance of using old items which can be used still. But about the young generation, if I see TV ads, you know, when I was here there was no TV.
There was no TV.
So nowadays, when we first saw TV and we saw Coca-Cola advertising coming to Nepal, we, the foreigners working here, were very much surprised. And we said, no, don't do this. But it's a wave which cannot be stopped, right?
Yes.
And so I don't know about the youth of Nepal. I mean, the young children in the families I know, most of them have their own view about it also. Yes. But the majority, I think, is going this modern way.
Yes, and when we talk about modernization, there is nothing that that doesn't mean we forget our roots, we forget our culture. It's very important for us to also preserve what we have. And while talking about this conversation also highlights, audience, all about how we preserve our culture, how we preserve our artisans, and how we promote that to the world, and which Uvi Luck is doing from his best efforts from many years, that how we can bring change, how we can preserve our own culture, Nepali handicrafts and culture as well. And we have a lot to talk about this. हामीलाई अझै यसको बारेमा चर्चाहरू गर्नु नै पर्नेछ, तर यो छोटो ब्रेक पछि। ब्रेकपछि फेरि स्वागत छ गुड मर्निङ नेपालमा। ब्रेकमा जानु अघि हामीले चर्चा गरिसकेको छौँ नेपाली ह्यान्डिक्राफ्टलाई प्रिजर्भ गर्नको लागि कसरी चाहिँ हामी सबैको भूमिका निकै महत्त्वपूर्ण हुन्छ। हामीले आफ्नो इतिहासले दिएको सल्युसन्सहरूलाई नै हामीले चाहिँ मोडर्नाइजेसनको नामलाई त्यसलाई चाहिँ कन्ज्युम गर्ने ह्याबिट्स हाम्रो जुन छ त्यो कन्सियस भइरहेको छैन। त्यसलाई फेरि कन्सियस बनाउनलाई हाम्रो लोकल आर्टिजन्सहरूलाई प्रमोट गर्नको लागि, कल्चरलाई प्रिजर्भ गर्नको लागि नेपाली ह्यान्डक्राफ्ट्समा उभु लक डेप्युटी म्यानेजर अफ टिभी बिल उहाँले कसरी चाहिँ यति वर्षदेखि काम गरिरहनु भएको छ, उहाँले गरेको योगदानबाट पक्कै पनि हामी प्रेरित हुनै पर्छ भन्ने चर्चा गर्दै अझै कन्भर्सेसनलाई फर्दर लिएर जाउँ। 50 years of time in a country of course says a lot about how you have been rooted with the culture, how as you love the people here as well, you must be very familiar with the Nepali language as well. I have heard you speaking Nepali, and Nepali is really good. Even I need to learn some pronunciation from you as well. So let's do this translation game where I'm going to ask you a few things and you have to say that in Nepali. I'll say it in English, you have to say it in Nepali.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, let's do this. Okay. Is this a way to Teratum?
Teratum Janibatoyeyo.
Okay, that's cute. Is Lakshman at home?
Lakshman Raja Bakshincha.
Okay. May I know your name?
Hazuko Subanam Keo.
Okay, my name is Priya Sikdal. German Volunteer Service.
German Swayam Sevak Seva.
Wow, where you worked, this is the reason that you are in Nepal. So I'll be always grateful for you signing up for German Volunteer Servicing. Now this one might be a tough one, but I still would like to ask you, can you sing a Nepali song?
Well, I can sing, but I don't sing well, so I don't know whether you want to hear.
I think our audience would love to hear you sing Nepali song.
But then I must tell you, when I used to sing this song when my children went to bed, when we were in Nepal,
yes.
And we kept this tradition in Germany.
Wow.
And
Singing
now my
Nepali
daughter, who has 2 sons,
yes.
she is also singing this song to her sons.
Wow.
And just before I came here, I was so surprised. The elder son, Bara Borsako,
yes.
he sings the song. Can you
Wow.
imagine? Nepali ma.
Nepali ma. Now I'm so curious about to know about
Deurali
this song.
ukali chodera, bije pokola tadera, sani lai bolonda boldaina, ponupir poryo, janlai ponupir poryo, ganda kikoti reima, bacha mahami kaleko.
Oh, wow. That deserves a round of applause.
Yes.
That is so well. That's amazing how you said that. This is a beautiful song. I think it's not about the voice. What matters is the heart. And you had both heart and voice and the soul in this song. That's amazing. I must really say how you've been promoting Nepali culture, Nepali root. It really signifies about how the world should be, how we should be promoting each other. In the world today, where we are, Uvik, I really would like to know your opinion on this. Where we are fighting for so many things, what do you think really this world should be focused on to build peace?
Peace,
yes.
Cooperation. You know, I'm from a rich country. Nepal is still a poor country, but then there is so much wealth in Nepal. The streets are crowded. Even you have more EV cars here than we have in Germany. The percentage of EV cars is higher in Nepal.
Yes, we do.
So the imbalance between poor and rich, it's rather growing. The UN said at one time by now it would be more equal, but it's growing. And then there are some people who like to make wars, you know. So, well, we have to try to be peaceful.
Yes.
We have to try to respect each other. But then, like in Germany now, we never cared much about our army.
Yes.
But now because of the Ukraine war, the budget for the army is doubled, tripled, you know.
Yes.
So we are wasting our money on arms again.
Yes.
And we always said in Germany, never again. Never again. Germany was participating in 2 world wars.
Yes.
We said my generation was brought up 70 years without war. And my parents always said never again. Now it's starting again. But I mean, the one individual is helpless, but we have to join together. Like, I don't know really about the teacher strike here, but people have to go to the street and have to voice that we don't, what the politicians are doing, we don't want that. Be it in Nepal
or anywhere in the world.
Or anywhere in the world, right?
Like few people's misunderstanding should not be a price that the common citizen should be paying, definitely. Long history of our wars where we, rather than learning from it, we are not learning from it. Only the world needs is our humanity and peace actions. And while saying so, you have been collaborating with Nepal and Germany, like you were bridging the gap by taking Nepali handicrafts to German and working in that from very many years now. So now after working in Nepali handicrafts and working with the artisans for so many years, how do you envision, how do you vision, how is the future of Tutti Below looks like?
Well, I think we can continue like this paper, Nepali paper. So for many people say people don't write letters anymore.
Yes.
When I talk to people. But it's not true. We are selling a lot of books.
Books,
postcards. So I think we can carry on like this. And hopefully the ability of the Nepali artisans will grow, because so far all the designs still come from us. The Nepalis have not developed the, no, I'm not speaking generally, but in my area, we still lack the ability in Nepal to produce for the European market. Many handicrafts that you see in third world shops, the fair trade, many products are a little bit old-fashioned. So no big volume can be reached by that. So I would hope that Nepal develops more creativity to sell goods which can be sold overseas.
So how your experience has been, how German audiences, how citizens has consumed Nepali products, how much they love Nepali products there?
Well, the interest in handicrafts has decreased considerably. Like we used to sell so many Buddha statues, other copper brass statues. That has gone down. The old people who used to buy, they die, and the young people are not interested in that anymore that
Didn't
much.
you want something new?
But like paper and then tea from Nepal, spices, they are still of interest. They can be sold.
So while we talk about younger generation, your daughter is taking over TD Below. She is now the man. She looks after everything. So shifting, giving her all, like while you worked for this for 50 years, now she's taking over. So what will now keep you busy at? What are the things that you will be focused doing at now?
Me?
Yes.
As I said, I have 2 video projects.
Yeah, 2 video projects.
One is about the procedure of casting the statues. This is, more workshops are closing because work is very hard. The young people don't want to do it anymore. And another one is about the singing bowls, which have a good market. It's a good export product now.
Bowls.
And I hope that with such videos, the interest in the product
This is basically an awareness video that you are trying to make now. And this, the reason behind to make this video is why you want to work on these videos now?
Yeah, because I want to promote Nepali products.
You want to promote Nepali products.
And I want to preserve the knowledge, even if many more workshops are not working, then that the knowledge is there, that people can look what kind of beautiful work has been done for centuries in Nepal.
That's really beautiful. We are almost at the end of our show, and while ending the show, we'd like to end with this one beautiful question that we'd like to ask. You've been in Nepal for long years, and you have been really a true friend, true inspired to Nepalese community, Nepali artisans, and how you've been promoting it in German, bringing 2 countries together with art and craft. That's beautiful. So if you had to describe your relationship with Nepal in 1 word or 1 sentence, what it would be?
Maya.
Maya. Nepalले पनि तपाईलाई धेरै माया गर्छ. We are really grateful that you were able to share this time with us, because today I think I was also touched in the part where we have forgot our roots, where we are going wrong, why we are not being able to understand that our ancestors, how our history has told us everything about how to work on modern day's problems, but sometimes we are just forgetting how to look at it. But today you gave us a recall, you gave us a reminder that we have to just look at our own culture, and we have the answers to everything. So thank you so much, Ovi, for giving us your time. And today, really, this conversation should also be very insightful to our audiences as well. Thank you so much for coming to Good Morning Nepal.
Thank you very much, Raza.
And with this note, पक्कै पनि हामीले बुझ्नुपर्छ कि हामीसँग भएको, हामीसँग हामीले हाम्रो इतिहासले दिएको, हाम्रो आर्टिसन्सहरूले दिएको जुन ट्यालेन्ट छ त्यसलाई हामीले प्रमोट गरौँ. नेपाली प्रडक्ट नै खोजेर हामी जब बाहिर हिँड्छौँ, नेपाली प्रडक्टलाई नै हामीले प्राथमिकता कहिलेकाहीँ दिन नसकिराख्दाखेरि एक विदेशीले कसरी नेपाली प्रडक्टलाई लगेर जर्मनमा लगेर ग्लोबली यसलाई कसरी एक्सपोज गराइरहेको छ भन्ने कुरामा हामी पक्कै पनि गर्वले भन्न सक्छौँ कि साँच्चै नेपाली प्रडक्ट्सको इम्पोर्टेन्स धेरै छ. यसलाई हामीले पनि बुझ्नुपर्छ र हाम्रो आउने जेनेरेसनलाई त्यो सिक दिनुपर्छ भन्ने यो आशय गर्दै भने अब गुड मर्निङ नेपालबाट बिदा लिने समय भइसकेको छ. भोलि फेरि पनि हामी हजुरहरूसँग जोडिन्छौँ गुड मर्निङ नेपालमा देश विदेशको खबर लिएर. अहिले भने हामीलाई बिदा दिनुहोला, तर हेर्दै गर्नुहोला कान्तिपुर टेलिभिजन. धन्यवाद, नमस्ते.